Alright, I'm recording. Say the lines.
So, the Black Ops storyline from World at War to BOPS 2 because everything else after it is messy. So, it all starts in, I think 1942, where a young man named Dmitry Petrikov, I believe is his last name, is caught in the siege of Stalingrad and is nearly killed, but is saved by Viktor Reznov, originally a sniper, but becomes a submachine gunner. And they become pretty good friends because, they help each other throughout. And they continuously fight throughout Russia, retaking the lands, until they push it all the way to Berlin and take over Berlin.
Alright.
So that's 42 to 45. But although the war ended, there was a secret research base somewhere in the Arctic held by the Germans. So the Soviets go to capture it with, Reznov gets a bad feeling about the person who's leading the operation named Dragovich. And, Dragovich's right-hand man is called Khrenchenkov. So they go and siege the main base where they meet Steiner, a Nazi scientist, who created a new chemical gas. And Dragovich, along with Khrenchenkov and Steiner, decide to turn on Nikolai. Why did I almost say Nikolai? On Reznov and Dmitry by using the gas on them. Dmitry is killed, and Reznov escapes, only to be captured and put in the Gulag. So that is the 40s. We skip all the way to the 60s.
You know what? I'm gonna make a little stage for you real quick.
Alex Mason.
Yeah?
So Alex Mason, Frank Woods, and Bowman, who's actually played by Ice Cube.
Oh, shit.
Are all sent during the Bay of Pigs invasion to kill Castro. But they think they kill Castro, but it was a double. And during this process of escaping Cuba, Mason is captured, and Castro himself gives Mason to Dragovich as a present, I guess.
Oh.
And Dragovich, along with Khrenchenkov and Steiner.
Yeah. Aged, by the way.
Yeah. So they drag him to the same gulag that Viktor Reznov is in, and start to do brainwashing. But there's something interesting.
What?
Reznov puts a little thing inside of Alex's head to tell him to kill Dragovich, Khrenchenkov, and Steiner. But at this time, Mason doesn't know it yet. And, he doesn't even know he's brainwashed.
Oh.
So all the prisoners in the Gulag decide to revolt and escape, including Mason and Reznov. And so Mason and Reznov seem to escape because there's a train that Mason hops onto, and Reznov says he'll hold back the Russians, like the Soviets that are chasing them, and then drives off into the distance. So now we cut from 1961 all the way to I think 67, where we go to Vietnam, baby.
Vietnam!
So Mason and his best buddy Woods do all these operative missions and all that fun shit.
Yeah.
And during the meantime, there's a guy named Jason Hudson who works for the CIA, who is in a way Mason's handler, who's trying to figure out, with the help of a Russian guy named Weaver, trying to figure out what Nova 6, a chemical gas, came from. And during this, they go to Hong Kong and track it down to this one British guy, who I always forget his name. They almost get the info, but the British guy is killed, and they're like, well, shit, time to pack it up. And after a bit, so we cut back to Nam, where Woods, Mason, and Bowman are all captured by the Viet Cong, and Bowman's head is beaten in by a metal pipe, and they're forced to play Russian roulette.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah, he fucking died.
Oh, good for him.
Due to Woods' big brain activity, he knew which bullet, like where the bullet is going to be during Russian roulette, and they break free from the Viet Cong, and then slowly track down the baddies.
Oh.
So, I think, so first, who do you think they're going to track down first? The person who created the gas, Steiner.
Huh.
So, they invade an island called Rebirth Island, right?
Yeah.
Where Mason and, get this, Mason and Reznov go along to kill Steiner, while meanwhile, Hudson and Weaver are trying to capture him. But during this, Hudson and Weaver are stuck behind bulletproof glass trying to break it open when Reznov kills Steiner.
Damn!
In front of Mason. And they finally break through the window and capture them. And then afterwards, Mason is back in Vietnam, and him and his buddy Woods are trying to track down Krunchenkov. So when they find him, they put up a pretty big fight, and Krunchenkov pulls all these pins to a grenade belt he has to try to kill them all. But Woods grabs Krunchenkov and throws him out a window, with him included, blowing him up. So now it's just down to Mason and Hudson, where so this is all foretold by Mason being strapped down, and this is all flashbacks, because the thing with his brainwashing is that all that he sees are numbers. Numbers always flashing through his head. He always hears them. That's all he hears.
So that's where the meme comes from.
Yeah, the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Yes.
So the person who's interrogating him the entire time is Hudson.
Oh!
Hudson is interrogating him to figure out what the numbers mean. And Mason's like, we need to ask Reznov, where is he? And Hudson reveals Reznov has been dead ever since the breakout. And every time later on you see Reznov in the game, it's really just Mason. He developed an alter ego.
Huh.
He really killed Steiner.
Wow.
And after, I shit you not, like Hudson walks up to Mason while he's in the chair and socks him, like yelling at him, we're running out of time, we need to figure out what the fuck the numbers mean. And Mason manages to break free, gets into a fight with Hudson, and while he's walking out, he remembers what the numbers mean.
There are
numbers that are repeated are a location.
Oh!
Underwater base ran by the Soviets, and do you know who's in there? Dragovich. Dragovich is in there. So, while during all of this, Weaver, gets them a little boat and drives them over the base because, well, the numbers are the exact coordinates. And Hudson and Mason, dive down, and they plan to blow it up.
Alright.
And they're getting close to, but Dragovich comes in, starts beating the shit out of them, like that. And the explosives go off in the underwater base, like, the walls peel apart, it's flooding. And during all of this, Mason finally just grabs Dragovich and starts drowning him, and eventually kills him.
Oh.
And after that, Hudson's like, Mason, we need to get the hell out of here. So they do. They break out and start swimming upwards to freedom, where Weaver pulls them on board of the little boat, and they're surrounded by the U.S. Navy. And Weaver says, we did it. We won. And Mason just responds with, yeah, for now.
Is that it?
Oh, that's not it. So, you know why Mason was originally sent on those missions?
Yeah, why?
Because he met with JFK himself and McNamara.
Oh!
Yeah, and when you're talking to him, you see these weird flashes of the numbers and Mason pulling a gun on Kennedy. but it's all just a weird thing. The reason why Dragovich originally brainwashed him was to kill the president.
Oh! Damn!
But it didn't work. But this is where it gets crazy. After all the credits roll, it shows the footage of Kennedy driving into Dallas, you know, the day he was killed. But it rewinds all the way back to when he was first getting off the plane. Who do you see in the crowd? Mason.
Oh, shit!
And that's the story of Black Ops. And then Black Ops 2, let's see, Black Ops 2 has 8 different endings. So, I guess I'll just go with the family reunion ending.
Alright.
One of my favorites. Alright, so, we go from the 60s all the way to the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So, during that, you know, Hudson and Mason are still alive. At this point, Weaver was killed in action. We're not sure when and where.
You're cutting out.
But he's been dead. And this right now, 1986. All right. So Black Ops 2. We start in 1986.
Yeah.
Jason Hudson and Alex Mason are on a mission in Angola, helping the real Jonas Savimbi lead the counterattack against the MPLA.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the meme comes from.
Yes.
And because there was rumors in Angola that interest the CIA is that Woods is still alive. So they have, you know, they help Jonas Savimbi, and he gives a location of a barge. And they're like, okay, we're gonna find it. So Hudson and Mason fly around and then land on a barge and open a crate, and inside of it is like a bunch of badly decomposed bodies, and they find Woods in there. He's the only one alive.
Huh.
So they start to bring him out, you know, like carefully navigating through the Angolan countryside to not be caught. But something, like, you know, catches them by surprise. They see the Cubans, because the Cubans were there in the Anglo Civil War, and Mason's like, oh, Hudson, watch after Woods. I'm gonna go try to overpower the radio operator so we can call for help. So he sneaks into the room and points a gun behind the radio operator. And he's like, I want you to tune the channel to, and he doesn't even get to finish before the radio operator completely just punches straight through the radio and turns to him saying, you're gonna kill me, see? And as soon as he says that, a few Cuban soldiers walk in. So, let's see, Mason takes him hostage, the radio operator, and says, I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch if you don't back away. But the radio operator pulls a grenade on him, and he throws it on the ground, and they're fighting to get out of the building. And the radio operator almost stabs Mason, but Mason pulls like a quick move and shoots his eye out and jumps out the building as soon as it blows up. And then they're saved later by Jonas Savimbi by helicopter. So that radio operator guy is extremely, extremely important.
Why?
So now, oh, you'll find out. So now, we go all the way to 1988 during the invasion of Panama, where, you know, CIA and shit. And Emmanuel Noriega, yes, that Noriega, is in this game, and he's, you know, he's like big bad guy, and he meets up with the radio operator. The radio operator's name is Menendez, Raul Menendez, and you know, he has this, like, the thing about Menendez is that he pities people in a way. And he has a sister who was badly burnt in an accident years ago and will always dedicate his life to protect her. And then during the invasion of Panama is when, so like, I guess like, what would they be? The nationalists? Yeah, the nationalists tried to take Menendez because Noriega is like, oh yeah, I want this guy for my army. But during the process, they hurt Menendez's sister, and this guy legit just goes sicko mode, grabbing a tiny piece of glass and like stabbing the shit out of one of them. Like, he's literally like Vin Diesel. Don't mess with his family.
Damn.
But he's captured and brought to Noriega. And Noriega literally kills his two assistants and says, "Don't worry, Menendez, we're gonna be good friends." But Menendez literally says, "Fuck you," and headbutts him. And runs off to try to find his sister. During all of which, their whole area is being sieged by the cartel, the people from Panama, and the CIA. So that means Mason, Woods, and Hudson are all there at the same time as Menendez.
Huh.
And Woods hates Menendez because he is the reason why he was locked in that container. So they make it into the exact same building, so Menendez is running to go save his sister, and then Woods rounds the corner and sees him and chucks a grenade at him. But during that, Mason tries to, stop him from tossing it, so it messes up the trajectory of the grenade, goes right into Menendez's sister's room, blows up, killing her. And they believed it killed Menendez as well because he ran in after her. But that's not the end. We cut to 1989 during like the full out, because that was like the prelude to the invasion of Panama. Oh shit, I almost forgot to say. 1986, 1988, Soviet-Afghan War, they were there as well. Konchenkov is still alive, but then they kill him. So, yeah. I can't believe I forgot that bit. But, so they're back in Panama, and to their disliking, Mason and Woods have to work with Noriega to try to find and kill Menendez. And so Woods and Noriega go to the top of a rooftop, and Noriega said, "Oh, my men are going to be bringing out Menendez any second now. Kill him." And as soon as like the man with the bag over his head is walked out, Woods shoots him, right? Shoots, kapow. And then they walk down to inspect the body, but Noriega is smiling. And they're like, "Why is he smiling?" So Woods is like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And runs to the body, takes off the hood. He killed Mason.
Oh!
It wasn't Menendez, it was Mason, dressed like him, bagged up.
Huh.
And so Woods tries to draw a gun on Noriega, but has both of his kneecaps blown off by Menendez. So forever crippling him. And he is kidnapped and brought into a room. Jason Hudson's also in there, strapped into a chair. And then there's the dead body of Mason and Mason's son, David, is right there. He's only like 10 years old. And Menendez walks to Woods and says, "Give me a choice. I either kill you, David, or Hudson." And then Hudson's like, "You know what, fuck it, kill me." So Menendez walks up and literally uses a heart-shaped locket thing that he has around his neck and stabs Hudson in the neck, killing him. And then walks away, telling to Woods, "Now you will forever know what it's like to be in pain." And during this, David, the little kid, wakes up and sees his dead father.
Damn!
So now, this is going to sound crazy. We cut all the way to 2025.
That's current year!
Yeah. So David is all grown up now and works for the CIA and would occasionally go to the now retired and wheelchair-bound Woods to ask him more about Menendez because he's becoming more of a national threat. So what's his name? So David, whose nickname is like Sector, I think, and his best bud Harper, and go to track down Menendez, like go into all these different countries, continuously trying to fight. And then they go to Yemen, where a massive revolution has started, thanks to the help of Menendez, and Harper is nearly killed. But so during all of this, one of their buds, I always forget his name, is corrupted. Like his thought process is corrupted by Menendez, and turns on Section and Harper. So they kill that guy. I think his name was like Sanchez or something.
Yeah.
And then go back to hunting down Menendez. They finally do, and blow his brains out, killing
Sick.
Menendez, ending it all. But since this is one of the 8 different endings, this is the family reunion end, which you can get like so during the mission where you think you kill Menendez, you get it by shooting the fake Menendez in the leg, and that triggers a cutscene at the end where it shows the retired Frank Woods sitting in his wheelchair, and he hears a door open and looks up and sees Alex Mason walk in. And Frank is like, "What the fuck? I killed you." And Alex says, "You're a pretty bad shot, you know that?"
Damn.
And that is Black Ops 2. So, Black Ops 3, the campaign, fucking sucks. Black Ops 4, there is no campaign. Black Ops Cold War happens in between Black Ops 1 and 2. So does Black Ops 6. But all of those are a fucking mess that I'm not in the mood of getting in.
Alright.
So that is it in a nutshell.
That was like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's gonna be a good video.
The modern warfare lore is a lot easier to explain.
Yes,
Bad
yes
guy,
it
I
is.
blow up, gun, the end.
Yeah, that's why I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording and upload that to YouTube.